Hello, Fat Grandma here. It is Monday, let's see, June 26th. I did not have any footage to put in before the video started of me doing anything because I've gone nowhere. So I do have an auction that I'm watching some things on coming up later this week. So next week's video might have some footage if I win any of the stuff. I'm not going to go crazy because I have things here I need to list, so it doesn't matter if I actually get anything or not. This is what I'm telling myself in my head. Anyway, if you have not been here before, my name is Paula. I have a very small eBay store. I occasionally sell on Poshmark. What I normally do is talk about my solds. Sometimes there's a little backstory with each item, it depends. And I try not to trail off too much because my videos used to be like an hour long. So trying to stay under 30 minutes now. Anyway, after I get done talking about my solds, if there's anything else going on in my life, then I will talk about that stuff. So I'm going to break into my solds now, and I'll see if I think of anything that I need to tell you guys about. Nothing earth-shattering going on, so not that I can think of right now. Anyway, so the first item I sold was actually two items, and they it was two terry cloth zip front hooded cover-ups with pockets, and they were a girl's size large. These I purchased at Walmart for my granddaughter. In a past life, I had my own place in a 55 plus community, and I lived right across from the swimming pool. So on the weekends when my granddaughter would visit and stay over, we lived at the pool pretty much, If we weren't doing anything else, we were at the pool. And so anyway, I had these cover-ups for her. They were in brand new condition. She wasn't one of those kids that was rough on her clothing. So anyway, I bundled them up because they weren't worth enough to list separately and ship separately. So anyway, I sold them for $12.99, and with shipping it was $23.98. These were only listed for maybe a week at the most, and it's all about timing because summer is here and people are looking for swim things, So it was lucky that I found them in one of the boxes that I went through here in my room, and I thought, well, I'll just list them. She's not going to ever wear these again. She's almost as tall as me now, so and they're in Nebraska. No more swimming with Grandma. Anyway, okay, so the next item I sold, and if you wonder if you should list Christmas items or Halloween items or any Valentine's things or whatever other times of the year, yes, list everything. List all the things that you have. I'm still selling ornaments, and it's, June. So anyway, it was a Hallmark keepsake ornament, miniatures, 2002. 5 tiny favorites. They were really little ornaments, super cute. Anyway, they made me an offer. I've had these listed for a long time, and I took the offer, and it was $3. I think I countered, and it was $3.50, and with shipping it was $10.89. All the ornaments that I have are paid for, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. There was something else I was going to tell you guys about the ornaments, but it has escaped my brain. Okay, so the next item I sold was a country milk can shaped salt and pepper shakers, and they had a little gingham print and flowers. They were ceramic. The brand was Enesco. Anyway, I didn't know if these were ever going to sell because there were a few others listed, and the sell-through rate was not good. But anyway, they sold for $6, and with shipping it was $14.52. These were in a lot with some other things, so cost for these is negligible. And what I was going to tell you guys about the ornament is not actually about ornaments, but about counter offers, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. I have all my listings set to payment required. I don't care if I lose some sales because of that. I don't want to chase people for my money. So, but what I do now, because someone else mentioned doing it on another seller video, is if I get an offer, I will always decline the offer. I never accept an offer, but if I'm okay with the price that they offered me, or if I want a little bit more, I will decline the offer, but I will put in the message area that I will relist the item, or I will change the price of the item to the price that they offered, or whatever my counter was going to be. And if they're okay with that price, then they can just buy it outright. Then they have to pay right away. I don't have to wait for anybody to pay me, because with offers, if you accept an offer, then you have 4 days that they have 4 days to pay you. This way, if I decline the offer, send them a message, hey, I'll relist, I'll change the price on this to the offer price. Or like with this ornament, they offered me $3 and I had it listed, I think, at $4.50. So I told the person, I'll relist this, or I don't know why I keep saying that, anyway, it's too early for this. I will lower the price to $3.50, and if you're okay with that, then you can just purchase it. And they did. So anyway, that's kind of a workaround. If you have the time, like I do, to, deal with these people that are throwing offers, this also stops the offer process, because they're not as likely to come back with another offer after I've lowered the price for them, basically. I had one person that did that and I blocked them, so they can't bother me again. Anyway, okay, so I told you guys about the salt and pepper shakers. The next item I sold was a Christmas mug, and like a big coffee mug. It was a large 20-ounce coffee or cocoa mug, winter scene, snowman with a red cardinal and a cat. Anyway, so yeah, it was a big mug and it was heavy, but it sold for $11.29, and with shipping it was $24.30. So they actually paid more in shipping than they did for the mug. Again, that's two Christmas items, two that I sold this past week. You just don't know. Okay, the next item I sold, and this has been listed forever. Well, not, you know what I mean, a very long time. I get dramatic and exaggerate sometimes, but I think everyone does that. Anyway, this was a rare antique Prov Sachs ES Germany hand-painted collectible plate, and had a number. It was numbered. It was a 10-inch plate. This came in a lot that I purchased of several plates. I've way long time ago made my money back on that lot. Anyway, this plate sold for $16.29, and with shipping it was $36.83. Glad to have that gone. I still have a few plates left from that purchase, but everything's profit now. The next item I sold was a blanket. This is a thick winter blanket. It was a Nordic Deer Snowflakes winter blanket, Newport, super soft. I put super soft and squishy and it was Sherpa. In the description, because it was super soft and squishy, and you can't tell from a photo what something's going to feel like unless you've felt one before. So I just added that in there. Anyway, it sold for $17.44, and I think I sent an offer out. Anyway, it was $32.68 with shipping. This thing was heavy. It was big and it was heavy. It was like a queen size blanket. It was 86 by 86, whatever size that is, but it was gigantic and really heavy. I crammed it into a 14 by 14 by 6 box, and that was not easy to do because it was so thick, and it was just, Very nice winter blanket though. Anyway, yeah, 17.44 and 32.68 was shipping. So almost as much for the shipping, but I think they got a really good deal on this blanket because I looked at other blankets like this that are new, and they saved money even with the shipping in there. So the next item I sold was, and these came in a lot of ephemera that I purchased a long time ago from an auction. I don't know if that lot's been paid for, but I would have only paid maybe $5 for it. So this sale would mostly make my money back if I haven't. I can't remember if I sold anything or not. Anyway, it was two Disneyland magazine for young readers from the 1970s. They were not in the best condition. They were in okay condition, but they did have some writing in them, and some of the puzzles and crosswords and stuff had been done. Not very much, but it had been written in, or one of them had. Anyway, I sold them both for $5, and with shipping it was $10.16. Let's see. The next item I sold was 4 miniature covered baskets. They were hanging or standing. They were little tiny bamboo made in the Philippines baskets. And I got an offer, and I didn't counter, but this is the second item this week where I got an offer, declined the offer, raised the price up just a little bit so that it was about halfway between what they offered me and what I'd been asking, and and just adjusted the price and told the buyer, and they bought them. So that's 2 sales where I basically made them a counter offer but did it with my pricing. And anyway, they sold for $7.50, and with shipping it was $14.17. These were in with a bunch of other stuff, and they were basically extra items that were in there. So I've already made my money back on that, and so yeah, these are just profit. So it wasn't that much. Anyway, if you have been around for any length of time at all, you know about the ferry debacle with Mercari and the broken ferry, and the post office paying me for it and all of that. Anyway, I sold the ferry. I relisted her, and it was about a week maybe that she was listed, and what I did is I listed her for $1, and then the customer has to pay calculated shipping. So anyway, someone got her for $1, and the shipping was $9.22. So I wrote them a message before I put the shipping label, before I printed the label, and I said, I'm just confirming you understand this ferry has a broken wing. And, I want to make sure, because people do not read. I mean, I cannot tell you the number of times I have very specifically in the item title mentioned that something was wrong with the item. Someone will buy it, and then I will message them, because I do this with every item that has something that's wrong with it, just to confirm that they understand that there's an issue with the item. Half the time, the people are like, oh, yeah, I know about it. That's fine. Thank you. And then I have proof that they admitted that they know that the thing is, has something wrong with it. It's broken or has a chip or whatever, I messaged this person because, the other half of the time, I message them, let them know that something, to remind them something's wrong with this. Did you see the notes, in the title and in the condition of the item? It's right there at the top. Oh, no, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. And then I'm like, please request to cancel the transaction then, because I'm not canceling it, because that can go sideways for me, So, yeah, people do not read. They don't look at the pictures. They definitely don't scroll down to the item description. And now the fact that there's ads in the middle of everyone's item pages, no one's going, some people are scrolling down because they really want to know, like, are there measurements down there or what, but for the most part, people are not looking. Sometimes I wonder if people even actually go to the page where the listing is. Sometimes I think they see things and they just buy it, and they don't look at all the details in the photos. They don't look at the description, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not spending money on something unless I really know all the details about it, but that's me. Anyway, that is it for my sales. Not very many. With that, I don't count the ferry as a sale because, oh, and I ended up shipping her. They paid for USPS ground shipping, and it was like 80 cents more to do priority. So I'm shipping her priority. She's back there in the box, all ready to go. So that box has seen a lot of travel. It went to that first customer, and then they shipped it back to me in the same box, and now I'm shipping it. It hasn't degraded, though. The box is still in really good condition, so that says something about the boxes that I buy from Granger. They're pretty sturdy, for the most part, anyway. So that's it for my sales. Yeah, it was, I don't know how many I had, 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's it. 1, 2. If I could count, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 sales with the ferry. So I actually only had like 8 sales this week, which is kind of in line with how it's been going. A couple of them, like the blanket, I think I only paid $5, and that blanket had another blanket and 2 fall style pillows that I will also list. I have the other blanket listed, but I only paid $5 for that lot. So I made my money back on the lot plus some profit with this blanket. The plate that I sold for $16.29 was all profit. Let's see, the salt and pepper shakers were profit. That ornament was profit. The 2 hooded terry cloth cover-ups were, profit because I bought them a few years ago, and my granddaughter used them. So, we already got use out of them. So, not a lot of profit, but enough to cover my expenses for the boxes and still, maybe a little bit left over. So I can go out to eat, or I can get a Starbucks or whatever, And you'll have to excuse my rooster hairdo today. It has been, and it's just going to get worse. The temperatures are up around 110 now in the afternoon, and it got up to 84 degrees in my room yesterday in here. And I thought I was going to die. I just was so miserable, and it's going to get worse because we're supposed to have 114, I think, sometime soon, and I am not looking forward to that. My poor little air conditioner, it covers a substantial size room if the room is insulated. But since this room has no insulation and the heat is just, there's one wall in here I found behind I have an entertainment unit. It's kind of like I can't think of the name of the word. Anyway, it's not big. It's more like a big cabinet, but it's supposed to be used for an entertainment unit. Anyway, it's against a wall that is just brick, and I walked to go out of the room yesterday, and I felt all this heat, and I was like, where is that coming from? And it's that wall. The only thing that's on it is some paneling that my parents put up in this room. You can see the paneling on the walls. Anyway, so it's brick with paneling attached to it. So there's zero insulation, and the heat coming through that wall is insane. And I can't put anything up against it or cover it because I have you guys can't see the contraption. Maybe someday I'll show you. I have my foam board panels up against the bifold doors that come in and out of this room. When I go out, I have to slide one of the foam boards over, so that I can get out, and then I slide it back over. It's to keep the temperature from the house from coming in here. And my cat, where is he? He's sleeping behind the box. He finally laid down and quit screaming at me. Anyway, it's a whole thing with the door, and he will try to go out into the house. So I had to come up with a contraption so that he can't get out of the house. My mom's got a cat. They do not get along. She's got several cats, but one of them does not get along with my cat, and so he can't ever go out in the house. So I've got this contraption, but because I have to slide that foam board across and behind my wall unit to go out of the room, I can't put any foam board against that wall. So it's just, I mean, the heat coming in from that, I've got to figure out something. There's got to be something I can do so that I can keep that wall covered. I'll think of something, you know, maybe get another piece of foam board and just pull it in and out when I have to leave the room. I don't know, but I got to figure something out. So anyway, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning because someone brought his toy up on the bed. You know that stick thing that I got for him that has the, you couldn't see it, the feathers on the end. If you watched to the end of one of my videos recently, I shared some footage of him playing with his toy. And he dragged that whole stick with the feathers up on the bed and was screaming at me this morning at like 4 o'clock. I'm like, dude, and I'm a night owl, but my schedule got screwed up recently, so I've been sleeping at night instead of in the afternoon like I need to when it's super hot in here, because I can't do anything. I cannot be up, moving around, doing anything when it's 84 degrees in here. It's too hot. I can't take it. I just felt drained yesterday after being in here with that heat. So, you know, I don't know. Today I'm going to try to lay down when it starts to get really hot in here, and I just have to get through these next 3 months. Once monsoon season hits, then we start having some days where there's some clouds, and this room doesn't get as baked when it's cloudy out. So if there's any clouds or, you know, like a slight cloud cover, it really helps with the temperature in here. So I just have to get through the next few months and hope that one of the places that I've applied to has an opening soon, because I don't know how much more I don't know. I can't do this for another summer. That tree being removed from the backyard was the worst thing that could have happened since I've lived here. So that is it, folks. I will see you next Monday with another Souls video, hopefully with some footage. I don't know. Anyway, have a great week. Have a good weekend coming up, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Bye. Thank you.